Hi everybody, good morning for this Monday. I'm starting doing walkthrough for this TryHackMe extract, this interesting room. Can you extract the secrets of the library? I start the machine. Where's my IP? This TryHackMe knows that. Okay, let's start from zero. I start the attack machine. Of course, the first thing when you start these things, as you know, we can go rust scan -a, of course. There is Potter things. We can also go to our friend um, GoBuster, for example, documents your HTTP. For example, you do the full. This type of room is better to have word list. Use the shell word list. The buster. Tree. I think it's to medium. Let it run. It tell you if we already have two portal open. If you go there, you got an app. Let's zoom it. So this is what you get there. If you go there, it tell you this port 80 SSH. Okay, you have a PDF of management. We can stop this one. I think that's the only thing we get. So we have a PDF. We have management. Of course, you can do the. You go down and you ask yourself, what, okay, if I go to man, if you go to management, I don't think it will show you anything in management, but so basically you have that. So we have the PDF. You assume that's the some file there. It's a blank page. If you go to that, no management. It say access denied. Of course, interesting. Whatever you do, check page source. It just text. Sometimes also start to inspect, so inspecting the network to see what the website is doing. uh, to see if he's calling anything. Is not, so this one is most like dead end, but we have this one also. You can do the inspect here, network. Now if I refresh, okay, he's calling there. So you have dummy there. It show PDF. So as we did with the management, we can play with the PDF. So you do full enumeration of your app. Let that one run. So we have this thing, but we can see is running something interesting here. It is running this file preview URL. You can see is calling. Okay, we go to view page source as always. um, Oops. um, this is CDN. That's not interesting for now. You can see he's calling HTTP CVS things. So let's do uh, let's call it finding dot text. Yes, that's fine. So we have this from the code. So you can see is calling that we don't have that CVS, so it means it's on the host side. You can see is calling the PDF from the PDF folder. So the assumption is you can assume that this is inside the PDF and that one is the host configured in the machine. So if I go now this PDF, so we are correct. So we can have the PDF. So we have two dummy PDF. Yeah, you can think download them. For example, you think maybe there's something inside them, but there's nothing. I tried the string, and you can see, for example, this one is alarm. So even if you go to This one, for example, will tell you it didn't finish, it didn't find in the PDF. Very strange. Last time it found something, today it didn't find. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, you can download them and try to go string. Maybe there's something inside the PDF, but it's a dead end. There's no inside things in the PDF. Uh, but there is this preview thing. So the page source is, as I said, if we go to the page source, so we know how he's calling. It's calling from it means this is a host name and etc hosting that site for the machine, so that we know about it. So if we scroll down, you see the function open PDF in code. That's fine. um, but the interesting part is, of course, this thing, this URL. Let's click on it. Now it open, so we have the way that it opens, so we can see we got something new. And this one, because it's a PHP, you can also play here, and you can say node management, the main one minus x.php. So let's see if there's, and you can see there is the index, we have the management, we have the preview, and so we have that preview.php we found. So in case so we can see now there is how to zoom that side. So we have this one, so we can add it to our finding. So our finding, now we find that one and we find this one. So it's, you can see, interesting part in this is that is a preview.php and we have URL and it's calling something. So it's two things in LFI and SSRF. So let's test the SSRF. You come here and you say, okay, I can, let's do vim shell.php, for example, just play around it. Echo hi, for example, I close that, then you come and you say, if I go Python, Python 3 minus m http dot server. So I put why is not running? Python 3, so it's 1000. Let's try this. So if I come here, http, so if I put http, my IP for my server 2.31, and put my 1000, and I call my shell.php, let's see what happened. Now it can be the content. So we got the content. So it means it's calling my server. So we have an SSRF. What you can do with SSRF? So we got the shell.php here. So the next question will be, can we have an LFI here? So you can use the traditional one, URL equal. So you can say file. What's that things like triple etc plus w. You're blocked due to keyword file. So sometimes because it's a block there, we can make a cap letter, for example, and it's still, so it detecting the upper letter. So even if you make letter F cap, so it's clearly there's a code there. So if I put file then L cap letters, it's still blocking it. This is the second way to solve this rule. That's the way you get the second flag before you get the first flag. So you can see what he said. You're blocked because of file 2 point, what they call the 2 point //. So yeah, I said to myself, okay, so that's your problem. So I just remove you the /1. I remove the second one, and then you get an LFI. So the code is only checking for double /. It doesn't check for the for the rest. And then we have an LFI here. So this room, there's two ways to solve it, and is a shortcut in this one, because after you get this, now you solve the room. So you can go, I can just go to the assumption is in var, so I can go var, and you can go to you can go even to etc host name, for example, and you can find that the URL what we found here. So that thing CVSSM1, so it's part of the host names. Okay, the users, of course, there is the only user is Ubuntu here that has shell bash, but this room is not about SSH to the machine. You can, of course, go to the file of this thing. For example, this library things, what exactly this code for these things. We can get the code here. We can just go to var whtml index.php, and that we get the code of the machine. That's the code what it do it. And we can see the SSRF. It said you for SSRF trigger, and you can say upward as replace, where it replacing, and you try, and then where is it? And we can get the code for that preview PHP. And then you can see what is there is blocking. Is blocking localhost about. I don't know why about is blocking it. So all these PHP things. Where is our blockage for the file? Where is it? Let me look for it. File. You see they blocking this. Remember why this thing work with 1// because I think it's about PHP backward compatibility with the older version. So PHP is not very strict in for these forward slashes. So is they supposed to add another one? But they still didn't update the room to remove it, or maybe they allow it. So you can see all the blockage here, all the what they block in from the source code, and then this is the code for what. Now we'll come back to this LFI later on because we can get the second flag straightforward from this. Basically because if you look, for example, access denied, we can access this file of code. Why? For example, I can go to management here. I can go to var whtml and I can just go to management and get that code for http.php what it do, and you can see it's blocking the you need to connect from localhost and it's a forbidden and all of that. So this LFI is shortcut for the room, but let's not do the shortcut for now. Let's say we don't know the LFI. So what we know for sure, we know there is this, and then I forgot what we supposed to do again. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I remembered. Where is my notes? Yeah. So because now, as I said, the LFI is not supposed to be the way. So basically, the information that you have a library. You have it call this this preview things. This is the management is a second flag, so we're not coming back to it now, but it's more of this thing. So we know it's but I don't know how people solve it without an LFI, the first flag. Huh. Uh, well, let me continue with the LFI for now, because now the idea is to do enumeration to find locally app. I got a hint from Zero Day for this. Um, uh, for because I have the LFI, you can go gopher and try to do script to look for the ports, but I have LFI just to you how I solve it, so I'm not sure the other way to solve it. So I know the file work for me. I can just go to um, proc net tcp, net TCP, don't get confused about this. Let me put it more smaller so we can stand it. Uh, this is the IP address, this is the port, and the listening. 08 means listening. This is a hex value. So if I copy this, if I go to hex value website, it's a 53. So this is a DNS. So we're not interested in that one, but this one is DNS 2. So the 2710, if I go to the hex there, it says 10,000. So there is something in 10,000. So that's why it show. Of course, this one, not get confused, this is a local IP, and that's how you can convert it. 0A is listen, this one is little Indian hex, so you get 010007F. You reverse them, so from right to left, 7F0001, then you convert them, so 7F is 127, and then you have a local IP. So basically this is what it said. There is something running in 10,000. This is a 10,000 port. So what is run with UID 1000? So we need to find who's running in of course, yeah, there's also that proc self command line. I think it's that. There's Apache running in this, so that's the only command line, so we can assume because it's Apache, but we know there is something running 10,000. I'm not sure how the other solve it without an LFI, because you need to find that port. So maybe they're using gopher request with, I don't know, some bash scripting or something. But I didn't thought about it for that way. But sorry guys, because let's mix things. So we know there's an app running in 10,000. So now, but it's running in localhost. So the question is how to access to it. We can just you can just do 10,000 here. It doesn't work because the port is not open. Remember when we did the port is not open in 10,000 from outside. It's open from local. Now remember the last week the room, the other one, gopher was blocked, but in this time we don't. We can use gopher. Gopher is a protocol. But you need to be careful. Let's play something because let's get burp working first. Let's call it for this one. I don't like burp to keep start. Let's just stop there. So if we go here, the interesting part, I'm looking for this one. Send to repeater, and of course we have this the burp. Let me close that one. I don't need it. This is our preview that we, as we said, we can use it. That's why we got the LFI here, file etc parse w. Anyway, so for now we know there is so we need to find a way to use this gopher protocol. Where is my gopher protocol? Usually gopher is something like that. Let's get this one so people to understand simpler way of gopher. Let's put there to understand the format of gopher. So if let's open this one there, so you can see how usually gopher you call it, because we know an app running in 10,000. So let's decode it first. So let's highlight. Why is not oops. You can see now how gopher works. You need to be careful with encoding. So you have the get, for example, underscore get space HTTP one. You can see we have it there. Then we have, so let's copy this so everybody can see how gopher work. And this is the encoding. So it need to have that drop line, and you have a space and space. You can see it's like a HTTP request, just the way you do it. So now let's try this one and see what we get in that side. So if I call using our gopher, because gopher is the network used for whenever there's SSRF and is available, we can use it. Now you can see a response, but it's not what we're looking. So it means it's not really going through. So because it depends on the server side. Sometimes this one will work, but this is too simple. It means our server is not really responding to it, is not giving us information about it, uh, because the header is not full. We have missing headers. For example, now if I want to test it, where is my, this is a Python. I got it from 0day. Yeah, the nice script from us from 0day. uh, Now, before we go to custom API, no, this one is a full one. Oh, because we're not, remember, it's a local, is a check in the host. Let me do it manually first before we jump to some kind of. We said gopher get, before we get at HTTP, we can. So it get the first one. So where is that? Let me get that script quickly because I'm getting confused now with these gopher things. We don't need this one yet. Let's do the simpler one. Um, because one thing with gopher is very sensitive. If you do one messed up, it doesn't. No, let me not do this one. Let me remove this thing. So to make sure that we only have a local host. I don't know that things exist yet, so I can just remove that one for now. So basically, this request is only get request. We just tell him is the host. That's on what that's one doing. Um, what's that IP of the machine? So if I was lazy, the IP of the machine is 172.66. 172.66. So if I run this script now, now let's take these gopher things and go to our burp script. Let's go there. No, what happened? No, we get something. So let's before we jump, let's first uh, if you look, for example, this one, if you decode it pair this one, it's double encoding. So basically, it's the same things as the one before. We're just doing gopher get request the same as this. We just need in add in the host because the app is working in localhost, so we need to call it. So before we got no response because we don't have the host header. So now why we didn't header, we get this HTML, and we can, let's do that so we can see it. And then we have this one is the, why look funny like that. Let's do this quickly to let's call it a preview.html so you don't get lost in this big HTML. Your eyes doesn't flip. So what it say? It say try book me warning authorized access to this system is strictly prohibited. Uh, but we can do this. Where is that? or this one, we can do the HTTP. We can just go straight to, remember, if you do localhost, he said to you the localhost keyword is blocked, so we can, of course, we can just do the 1001. Well, we know it's a 10,000, so we can go to 10,000. Remember, we found is a 10,000. Then you get this monitor. Your authorized access to this system is strictly prohibited. So yeah, again, you can play with this to see sometimes an app. You look for the network to see what it's calling. Oh, they're looking very, very suspicious stuff here. Uh, GS. Console doesn't give us too many errors. Chunk started. Then you can see this underscore next. If you familiar with this, it's in nextjs. That's nextjs. Not you. Debugger doesn't give, but the console give this nextjs, and you can see it in the code. Is like next. This is a nextjs application. Now, and you can see it said custom API. So if I go there, where is that thing? Home, and then we have a custom API, and you get not found because we can't, because we are so if I go custom API, it says same. This is the custom API link. Unauthorized access to the system is strictly prohibited. Now, what else we can do? So we can see it from here. We've been access to it from there. It's still, even when we add the gopher for host, remember we add now host as local host, we still have problem. Now, because it's nextjs and not proxy, where's a repeater? We can what it say here? Because here we go in the first. No, if we go to the custom API host 1000, what's this? Slash custom API. Bad request, really? Ha. Why is in his bad request? 1 to 17,000 custom. Why is bad request? What we did, guys? We just add the word custom API. Why is okay, let's do the script. It was very strange. Why, if I put custom API here, why? Let's run the script. Now suddenly it works. Now you can see, very interesting, it redirects into the localhost. So it means if you want to access this custom API, it redirects you to the 10,000, which is basically this one. So we need to log into this one, so we are not able to go to this custom API. It push back uh, let's just say unauthorized access to the system is strictly prohibited. So the question will be, what can we do? Because we know it's a next from the source code. Where is that source code? Yeah, you can see that all these next things. So it mean it's related to nextjs. This is a nextjs app. um, if you google, because related to authentication, it content connection keep alive. So next URL, next router, next. If you search on Next.js powered by Next.js, so you don't need to check the code; it's already there. And look for something related to Next.js vulnerabilities related to authentication, because it's clearly now is redirecting us to the other page, so we are not able to access this one. So the question, if you look, it's a new, it was TryHackMe room, also related to Next.js and corrupt middleware, the authorization artifact. This is the author that Zero is the one that I think him and his friend discovered. So if you read about them, they talk about this middleware in the code. They give you the things, and basically you can just add that. Uh, you add this middleware page, but because of different version of Next.js, some that will not work. For example, here it tell you page middleware page, and that one for dashboard. This one didn't work for me. You have this one too. I think that one also didn't work, but this one worked for me. This option. So let's try this one. This one. This is the one that worked for me. So basically now, if you assume is it's an Next.js vulnerabilities, so you can just go to my Python code, and I just add a line to it now. Don't forget to add the space, the breakpoint, otherwise it will not work. So if I do that, so now remember, I have the same things I'm using here, but we just need to add to block a redirect here. So if what's going on with you? Now if I take this one and I copy this, and now I can come to here and just put there. So what happens if I add the script? You can check it now. If I put that one and you try to decode it, decoding is WRL is this one. So it's not like we doing some magic. So basically we just in gopher the IP, the 10,000, the get request, the custom API HT11. We just add the host and we just add that, and don't forget the empty line at the bottom. So we have this. That's all what we have. So we send in this request. So if we send that request now, did we send it? No. Let's send it now. And you can see it right Next.js, press OK, and now we are not redirected. You can see there's a reply here. If you scroll down, there's a flag here. I don't want to show it, so I don't need to go and edit the videos. The flag is somewhere here. You can see all this Next.js stuff. Let's see if I go slowly. Don't show the flag. Try book me. Home custom API. and then we can see there's an interesting message will come in now. Maintenance API, this API, please use that's what we look in. The next line is the flag. I'm not showing guys the flag, sorry for that. Just copy this one to see it in proper HTML. I'm not going, guys, I'm sorry, I'm not showing the flag because some people will tell you later on why don't show me the flag. And let me get this quickly to look how it look in real life. Where is it? Move t.html to desktop. That's basically how it look. I didn't show the flag. The flag is the next line. So in your BEP, scroll down, you will see the flag. So the flag is there. So for us, we are it said please use this one. So let's copy this one. That's what we're interested for. Let's add it to our finding. So they tell us please use the library portal to add new books using librarian L11. So they give us the password and username. Now the assumption is I forgot what I'm supposed to do. Access denied. We know it's management. We can go to that management things from previous. We done with this. We got first flag. So let's go to management. Now this is the management portal. Let's give you, of course guys, you don't put password in username. This is get request. He will not send the password for you, so you don't just don't do this, don't do this because it will not work for you. So don't do this, like copy like copy this one and say it will work. It will not work. Don't do this at home because it's a get request and login is a post request, so it will not work. So this will not work from here. Now let's see what the network say. Yeah, because it's a get request, we are not seeing too many things. If I go page source, it's username, password. Remember our LF5, we went to cheat the room because we got that our L5. This is the maintenance. Where's our cheating? PDF. Where's that preview things? If we want to cheat, we can just come here, file, and go var w html management index.php, and you can see the code here. Mono. And you can see the code of the machine, and you can solve the room straight with alpha. You can get flag from here. That's why the code it's set to you. For example, here try log me username dun, dun, dun. Any case, let's not cheat. Cheating is not good. That's how I got the second flag before I got the first flag. So we have a login, but you can't log it, but we can still use our friend gopher. So basically now we can just update this gopher thing to instead to use get request to use a post request. So now we can just get another one. Where's my post request? This is the post request for gopher. Let's take that one. So let's put that line here so we don't get confused. So this is the, so basically you can see we add in the body with the username and password, we changing it to post request, we calling the management endpoint. And remember, this 80 is important. I tried to remove it, didn't work, so you need to put the 80. So you have the content length is very important. Also the content length, if you want to do it manually, you can check this. You can just copy this, you can go to your burp, you can open in part, you can just paste it there. You can highlight it. For example, you highlight like that. Hello, freeze. uh, you highlight like that and look for selection here. You can see the inspector, you can see the length is 39. Look to my mouse in right top corner, you can see is 39 here. So you have the length 39 if you want to do it manually, or you do it straight with Python. Do the content length for you. So basically the same things, we keep in the host, uh, because it's a post request, so we need to send the form and body connection close. So let's try this one and see what happens if I do this. So if I go run that Python script to give me the review. So if I do the gopher now, so basically take that one, so everybody to be in same length. If I look highlight it now for decoding, you can see it's decoded like normal things. Gopher is a post request to localhost, from localhost, and then application, this is when you send the post request, the length 39, connection close, and the body for the post request. Now if we go to our friend here and we just replace this one, and if you press, what happened if I press now? Now I'm logging in this, it said 302 font, redirect. That's not bad, so it means it's not saying the wrong password, it's just saying redirect, and that's normal. When you log in a login form and your password and username are correct, the login form transfer to the protected page that you get access to. Now we can read this thingy key, or you can read and you can see these two things happen: authentication token and token and token. Or we can just do the same things. Where is that script? We can just copy the whole the machine IP 172.66, 172.66. Let me put that IP 172.66, and then that's what we get. So if you look, for example, here, that everybody will have a different code, so you need to do your so what we see auth token, set cookie, and redirect to fa.php, and then remember it's a redirect font, so it means it set the cookie for us and we're supposed to redirect to fa. First of all, we got this thing. So what is this thing token? This, we can just take that one, go to cyberchef and put it there, and then we got this thing. So let's get that one, add it to our information center. So what is this? This is what they call that, PHP serialize or serialization or something like that. So auth token, and that's dangerous when you use cookie this way, because you can edit the cookie. This is serialization. B0 is false, so basically for us to log in, because it means this 0 need to be 1, true. So that's the first thing we need to do. So we can't use this one because it was already set to false. So now I can take this one, and then this one is URL decode, and I can just say URL encode, and we get this, the new one. This is our new authentication token. So we have a new authentication token for the login. So we can just go there. See, this is my authentication token because after changing it to 1, then also they give us set cookie, this one. So just information. So I have this and I have this. And you have oh, we have the full what I was doing now. We have this. I didn't really try to put the whole cookie. Let's experiment. Why not? You don't need to put it all of it. It's not necessary. So we have no, but this one auth token. Let's put the name so we don't get lost about it. So this is the information we have. So it means you can guess. We can log from here, and it's a redirect to where? To 2fa.php. So we can just do this. So we can know. So we need to catch that go to that file. Where is the file what we did get request before? We have this one. We know this one working. Our get request we did before. So we can just use that one, but this one we will not, for this time we are not going to that. We're going to management. What's the name of that file again? 2fa.php. 2fa.php. We are not here protected because we have a login, so we don't need that one, and it's not in 10,000. It's in 80. Let's see what happens when we don't send the cookie. Let's first try the simpler one. So if you don't do that, so it doesn't even talk to us. No, the IP is wrong. That's not 177.66 is the correct IP. So why did that took long? Let's see what happened. Strange. What exactly said? A redirect found. We are not logging, so it's pushing us out. We, set cookie wherever. So now we need to add the cookie. So we need to add these two lines that the cookie authentication. Uh, Usually you need to add them this way next to each other. I don't think we need to add the dates or something. I didn't try it, but let's see what happened. So we have the get management. We can put that one bracket, then we can add the second one. Second one is this one. So we add in both cookies now. Now we need to close the. Oh, something is seriously wrong. Why this letter A is here? So we add the cookie. I think that's how you add it. I will check my notes now. let's see if how if it work or doesn't work. Let's get burp on it. Groove is a nice thing for SSRF. Let's see what happened now. Is redirecting, so something is not right. Authentication token deleted. Expire Thursday 1 January 2019. Really? Are you sure? What I'm doing wrong here? Let's check my notes. You put a cookie. That one, then authentication token, rn. So what exactly we did wrong here? We just put this one, the first one. Let's where is our let's refresh. Maybe this one is a new one. Get that one. Equal cookie dot. In theory it should work. Or maybe we just do the LFI in cheat. Why it said authentication token deleted? Hey, sometimes when you do videos and things go south. You know what? Let me copy this one. I don't see a difference why that one didn't work. It's supposed to be the same things. So I can just copy that. No, I did copy something wrong here. No. You look the same. What's the difference between this one and that one? Management to FI. We can just change this. Oops. Where is my? Token is the same. Is basically the. What? Yeah, b equal 1. So we are correct there. So it's not like we. Something is not. confused now, because the token is supposed to be, or is it the encoding problem? I know this one is not the correct one, so if I took that one, it at 0, we said we get that one, we change it to 1, and then we get the new one. And that is the token. And if I go now to the code, a redirect font. I think it's the coding. The one that worked for me is this one. Let's try this one. I think that my Python script is messing up with me. Something now is totally wrong. What's going on here? Why is dropping the line? Is redirecting again. Guys, give me a second. Let me have a cup of glass of water and think about it. I'm not sure what's going on here. Hi everybody, it's me again. I'm not sure exactly it started working now. I don't know what happened, but any case, I'm not 100% why it stopped working and then start working. I test it now, so we know that's the PHP session ID, so that's the one. And then, as I said, authentication token is what we get from here after you changing that 0 to 1. So is this number, so let's make sure we are not cheating or something. So that's the number, so that's the one. I'm not sure what exactly was doing that didn't work, so because it was saying expired or something. Oh, why the I didn't copy it? What's wrong with you? When things go south, they will go south. Token equal. Sorry guys, let me make sure what is my copy paste is not working. Let's paste it here. Like something is, why is somehow is interested of Control C. Why the copying is not working? What the hell? The attack box is dead. Okay, let's use chef from here. Control C. So we just copy there, change it to 1, and then URL encode. We get that one. Control C. Let's see if my Control C working now. Okay, it's working. $7D. No, we need to have that bracket. Now we can run the Python script. Let's see if this time. I did test it. If it doesn't work, where is that? Delete, paste. Now it's working. Control. Okay. So let's make sure that what we got, so we're not cheating. If you decode this in BEP, you can show you exactly what it is. So it's basically the same things. We just send in the cookie, the authentication token, and close connection or something. So we're not doing any fancy stuff here. So if you scroll down, you can see the second flag. I'm not showing it, guys. You say try book me, bootstrap. Where's the second flag? Congratulations. Here your second flag. You can see we can do the same what we did before. Control C. T2.html, because we can't show the flag when you do the video, so that's tell you congratulations, and you can open it. I'm getting a bit confused for a moment. Yeah, congratulations, here's your second flag in green. So yeah, so we got the second flag. So basically the second flag was basically in because it's a nextjs, nextjs, we got the first API using this nextjs X middleware sub request. So we got this one, we got the first one, and then we have the management one. Where is that management? This is maintenance. Where is the management? The management one, yeah, this one that give you the login and password. What's going on here? I lost the connection. Okay, TryHackMe is blocking us again. I got lost the connection. Okay. Hello. TryHackMe, what are you doing? We got lost connection in the right time, but in any case, this is the To recap, I want to show you the LFI, but it seems dead. Try hack me this. Hmm. 3 times today this problem of fail to connect to the server. It just go dead, the attack box. Even the IP, it's working. So now we lost the whole connection. Just a quick note, guys. Remember, we got the LFI URL etc password. You can solve this room also if you put this one. You can use URL equal file var w html management, and then you can do that a to f. What that number? The file. Remember this file that we sent into you that contained the second flag, this 2fa.php file, you 2fa the .php file. This will give you the flag, will give you the second flag. That's how I got the second flag. Because you can read it, because we can read it, we can get second flag through this one without even doing this. So you don't need, that's why this one is more, you just call the 2fa php with the session, and it give you the flag, or you can just go with an LFI, and LFI will give you the content of the file, and that has the flag on it. Our system is dead, but you can test later on when you have time. Test this one to see the content and the flag for the tfa.php file. So we have that. Basically the whole thing is about this one. The first one is this one, the second one is just login because it gave you the password. You can also remember we got this login, we got this username and password. You got them from the first one. You can get them also from this one. You can just go to URL equal file var w html, yeah, you can get it from management index.php. You get login details. So you can get this the management, you can get login details from this file. So you can access the flag too from these two files and the login, and you don't need to, because in LFI it was missed in that thing. So yeah, I will share this code that provided by 0day. This is good little code that generate quickly encode value, so you don't need to waste too much time. It must be other ways, because we found the port 10,000. We got the 10,000 using LFI, but it should be. I think it must be a way to use the gopher. This one to get which port is running in 10,000, like a loop or something. You loop in or something like that. I'm not sure. I didn't test it yet. Yeah, thank you guys very much. I hope you like it. If you have a question, let me know, and have a good day.